In this video, I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to make your very own replaceable contact footing for your Feldthouse Pushstick. Okay, so I have all of my stock milled down to 12-inch lengths and 3/4 inch thickness. Alright, now over at the table saw, I'm going to rip all of my pieces down to their 1 1/8 width. Alright, now that we have our pieces milled to 12 by 3/4 by 1 1/8, I'm going to go over to my bench vise and I'm going to mark these out for mortising them to prep the pieces for cutting out my dovetails. First, I'm going to make 2 marks at 3/16 of an inch. Now I'm going to set my combination square to 3/8 of an inch for the total depth of my dovetail. So now over on the table saw, I'm going to mortise both of these shoulders to prep this piece for cutting out my dovetails. Now that we have all of the shoulders prepped, we're going to move over to the router table and get the dovetail set. Over at the router table, we're going to set our dovetail bit to 3/8 of an inch. Now that I have my fence on my router table, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some passes and I'm going to walk the fence in until I get my dovetail down to where it's having a nice friction fit inside of the handle. So now that we have all of the dovetails cut on our sticks, what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the heel hook and the remainder of this dovetail on the crosscut sled, so that way the piece fits all the way into your push stick. For this step, I'm setting my stop block to 5/8 of an inch to the far side of my table saw blade, and the table saw blade depth to 3/8 of an inch. So now, with the stop block set at 2 1/4 from the inside of the curve of the blade, and the blade set at 1/4 inch depth, I'm going to cut the pass for all the heel hooks. So with the outside curve of my bandsaw blade set to 3/8 of an inch, I'm going to cut off the remainder of my dovetails. With my fence set to 1/4 of an inch to the outside of my bandsaw blade curve, I'm going to cut out the heel hook. And there you have it, the replaceable contact footing for your Feldthouse Pushstick.